Did you ever think you would coach again when you
No,
walked away from Arizona?
no, had no thoughts of ever coaching again.
Were you convinced, or did you just think maybe somebody will call?
No, I was convinced. I was convinced it was over. I was looking forward to broadcasting. The travel of broadcasting wore me out quick. You know, getting up at 3:30 to go to Atlanta Airport to catch an 8 o'clock flight, that got old real fast. But broadcasting itself was fun. And then being around Friday's practices, watching how some teams were doing it, some weren't. I would do this, I wouldn't do that. There was a little itch.
And what convinced you that this was a smart opportunity?
Everything just fell into place. You know, I think it's great ownership, first of all. Great family. Jason Light's a really good friend who I respect.
The GM.
The general manager. Had a young quarterback I really liked, known since ninth grade, and watched his career.
You first met him at a camp in Birmingham, right?
Yeah.
Your son's football camp, is that right?
My son and I had Arians Pro Football Academy
Yeah.
in Birmingham, and Jameis came as a ninth grader.
Is the story true that you wore a Super Bowl ring to
I had my ring on, I let him put it on. And you never know when that's going to touch a kid. As many camps as I've done over the years, and how many kids have had that ring on. I don't know if any of them made it to the NFL as the #1 pick. But he tells a story about it helped set his dream.
So Jameis Winston, over the last 4 years, he's sort of in a very big year for him this year. This organization has to make a decision long term of whether he's going to be the guy. Tell me what drew you to him and what you've thought of him over the last few months as you've seen his work.
Well, I always knew how bright he was. You know, he was a 4.0 student and had an academic scholarship to Stanford. So that part you've always known. He has probably too big of a work ethic. He works too hard. And I got to slow him back down, take some time off. Now that he has a son, fiance, his personal life is in great order. He's in a beautiful place right now. So all those things, and I wanted to help him. I knew I could help him. And between Byron and Clyde and myself.
Byron Leftwich, your coordinator, Clyde Christensen, your quarterback coach.
Yeah.
How was that going?
That's fantastic. And then Tom Moore's here as a consultant. So Byron can bounce off him, I can bounce off him. And there's no better legend to bounce things off of than Tom. And so it's been going fantastic. I mean, I couldn't ask this team to be in any better place than they are right now.
You had a conversation at one point with Jameis that basically you wanted him to just concentrate on being the quarterback. He didn't have to be the leader. He didn't have to be the holler guy. Tell me what you said to him and what that was like.
Yeah, you have 21 other guys, and then that are going to play their tails off. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to try to fit a ball in a window. All right, just dump it down to the back, and learn to take your checkdowns. Don't try to be Superman all the time because you were the #1 pick in the draft, and you have to be this elite player. Just play quarterback, and I think he's finally grabbing it. It still took a lot in OTAs. You watch the film, and you're throwing one in a pigeonhole this big that's getting tipped. When you dump it to that back, he's going to gain 10 yards. If you dump it to that back 30 times, you threw for 300 yards in this game. And then you see the light go on.
I find it interesting when you talk about that. When we were in Carolina talking to Cam Newton, and he's talking about his new mechanics, and he doesn't feel like he has to throw the ball way down the field. He's got McCaffrey. I mean, and his completion percentage when he got hurt last year was up 10 points over his career completion percentage. And I think he's kind of accepted the fact, I got Christian McCaffrey. Every time I dump the ball to him, he's going to get 11 yards. Why wouldn't I dump it to him a lot?
Right.
He's almost an automatic first down. Does that realization come over time? And I mean, I was interested to hear you talk about the first pick in the draft thing. You think in some ways he occasionally has been trying to justify being the first pick in the draft?
There's any doubt. He's got so much pride and this team hasn't won, and the quarterback gets a lot of the blame. The coach gets fired, and he takes responsibility for. That's what I like about him. He takes responsibility for those things. Now, as we grow together, I just see the maturity level as a quarterback. He's a mature man now, but he's the maturity of a quarterback is coming every single day.
Bruce, you, I think if there was a category for a quote of the day in the NFL, you've probably won that almost every day. You've been the coach. You worried about your health at all? No. I mean, if I die on the sideline, celebrate, have a drink.
Yeah.
I mean, and so you sort of have brought this, I don't even mean it's a don't worry, be happy thing, but you are right now, it strikes me, just totally, absolutely living in the moment.
Oh, I am. I mean, that sitting back last year, I realized how much I missed the locker room, the players. And to be honest with you, it's the first time I felt old in my life. Playing golf with old guys every day. And I'm one of them. But I don't like feeling that way. And as soon as this spring, I haven't felt this young in a while. Just being around the guys and having a purpose. Retirement's great. I failed at it twice now. But I have to wake up with a purpose. And my golf game just isn't enough.
We'll end with this. So, in your first meeting with your whole coaching staff, all your coaches are in there, Jason Light, your GM, is in there. I want you to tell me the message you gave to them that sometimes coaches in the NFL forget. You probably remember what your message, but I think the sort of humanity that you tried to pass on to them is worth noting and interesting. What did you say?
Well, I'm sure you're talking about the children.
Yeah.
If you miss a football game, a recital, anything to do with your children, I'll fire you. Because I missed a lot of mine. And those years don't come back. There's plenty of time in this office to work. And you can come back at midnight if you want to. Don't miss that recital. Don't miss that game. Because it means so much to your children. And it means so much to you. I mean, the games I did get to see my son play, I knew he felt different. And I don't want those guys to ever miss that.
Good luck. Have a good year.
Appreciate it, brother.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.